So, this video, been meaning to make it, as I always say, but I just wasn't able to just get myself focused enough to sit in front of the camera and actually make this video. But at this point, I'm feeling a little bit stronger, feeling a little bit more confident, so this is something that I've been meaning to say, meaning to record, and meaning to share for sure. One of the most important things I think I've learned from being online and from putting myself out there is that networking is key. I have been able, fortunately, to meet so many people, have so many folks offer me resources and care for me in ways that would not have been possible had I not put myself out there, had I not decided in 2007 to start making videos and to start putting myself out there and just, letting myself be free and liberated in the ways that made sense to me or were available to me at the time. Throughout the years, I've gone through some really wild things, and I think instead of thinking of my situations as traumatic, I think it is very important to understand my situation as a traumatic, or rather my existence as traumatic. I think being black, I think being queer, I think being trans, in terms of being a non-binary trans person, just holding those three identities, not to mention being a fat person, being a person of size, and also not coming from any kind of wealth, coming from a very poor background. I haven't had a lot of agency in my life, period. There have been so many situations that I just did not have any privilege or any kind of leverage or any kind of anything to get me out of them, and I've kind of just had to live with what has happened to me and roll with it, not to mention the ability from time to time to record a video and to be able to vent in that way, because when you're poor, especially when you're in a household with other folks who perhaps don't see themselves as, I don't want to say not black, but in my household just so many identities people were holding on to in terms of heritage that folks were unable seemingly to understand blackness or be able to perpetuate this idea of blackness outside of a negative connotation given to us by society or mainstream media. And I feel like I was not ever really given any kind of space to process, not to mention the fact that I didn't get to live all my years in one home or in a few homes with my family. I had to move around a lot, and I had to live with strangers a lot of times, and people who just did not care about me. So it's been really important for me to be able to have this platform, to be able to speak and be heard, and to be able to connect with people. I think networking, while it's amazing, it has saved my fucking life a lot of times. And I think in ways what makes me just so angry about the ways in which people talk about people needing fucking financial care is just like, clearly from a privileged background, clearly from a perspective where you don't have to, get on a video or go on your personal blog and be talking about the devastation you've just had to go through, on top of hoping that people give a fuck enough to share what they have with you. And obviously not at all going into the facts that a lot of my viewership, a lot of the folks that follow me after, me having my awakening, me getting woke, are not white folks who have a lot of capital. It's a lot of folks of color who do not have the means in a lot of ways to survive on their own. And so when it's a situation where they're caring for me and they're trying to reach out to me and they're trying to do things for me, I'm extremely gracious for sure, but it also puts a strain on asking for help when you know that other folks need help as well. So I think it's a very layered situation when you know that tonight you're eating popcorn, and that's just what it has to be, because you're just not feeling empowered at all to kind of say about to talk about what you need. You don't really feel like it's a safe thing for you to reach out to people that people that are supposed to love you or care for you. When there's all these things going on, when you have a limited amount of room to speak about your trauma and to also ask for help, it creates a climate where I'm sure there are many people who feel ways about folks using their personal blogs or using the platforms that they have, that they've created or not, or created through privilege, and use that to garner sympathy, support, and you know, just care in the financial and the resource persuasion of things. So I totally get why somebody would be upset that somebody who has visibility would be using that visibility for something that perhaps that they need as well. But when it comes down to it, bullying people and making people feel like they don't deserve any help because you're internalizing this idea that you don't have the visibility, not even that you, it's not even an idea, it's if you don't have the visibility, why should anybody else? And I think it's not only harmful to yourself, it's harmful to anybody who could ever need help that you think doesn't deserve it for whatever fucking reason. I know for one instance in particular, I finally got to a point where I was like, you know what, I do need help because I'm over here, my partner is struggling to support both of us, and I'm over here just started a job but I don't get paid for 3 weeks. And I'm sitting here like, and this is before I even knew I had the job, but I'm like, even if I do get this job, it doesn't mean anything for right now. So, you know, I really had to kind of put it out there that I needed help, and I put a donation button on my blog, and I was just like, if y'all could help me out this month, that would be amazing. And for the most part, a lot of people were super positive and super caring, but there were a couple people who were having difficulties with empathizing with me because after that post, I perhaps made a video where I had beat my face really cute, and they were like, you're smiling in a video, why do you need a donation? Really? Really? It's just like so many layers of why the fuck I deserve to fucking look cute and take a goddamn carefree ass goddamn photograph. There's so many reasons why. There's so many reasons why that is important to me, especially right now. Especially in this state of being where the best thing sometimes is the fact that I look cute today and I can take a fucking photograph. Sometimes that's what it really is. And for someone to come at me as if me being attractive, me opting into beauty culture is somehow indicative of me being able to not need care, not need financial support, it's just, it's like not even funny. It's fucked up as hell because if you think about it, I have more visibility than a lot of people that I'm trying to shout out right now. I have more visibility and I'm aware of that shit. But I think at the same time, that don't mean shit. I had another person say, girl, I thought you was on YouTube. I thought you was famous. Why are you needing help? What fame, bitch? What fame? What fame? What fame? Where have you seen me, girl? Where have you seen me? Where have you seen this mug? You haven't. You haven't. And I'm not saying that that's my goal. I'm not at all trying to be famous. I think more importantly, I'm trying to just get the word out here in any way that it can fucking come out. So I think more importantly than perhaps someone thinking I'm famous, why don't you think about the fact that I am asking for help? That perhaps YouTube ain't paying us all in gold. That perhaps being on YouTube, perhaps being a blogger or a vlogger or whatever you are, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have any kind of coins. And while I'm super, again, appreciative of people that have helped me out, I'm still in a space where I do need help. I am in a space where I'm asking for help. I am letting folks know I do have a donation button on my blog, and if you can help me, that would be amazing. I don't feel like I need to be sitting here and explaining to every person why the fuck people deserve to have basic shit, why people deserve to have food in their fucking fridge, why people deserve to have fucking toilet paper, why people deserve to have those things, for the most part, for free. But shit, if we can't get it for free, can we at least work together to try to spread it around and help each other out? That's what I'm asking for. That's where I'm coming from. I don't need anybody out there trying to tell me what they perceive from a video or a picture. I need you to listen to my words. I'm advocating for self, and I'm trying my best to obviously keep pushing and keep it going. But I think at the same time, you know, needing help is fucking normal. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think if we're going to talk about the layers of needing help, it's kind of like how many of us out here didn't grow up with our family? How many of us had to live in foster care or had to go into an adoption, an orphanage, or had to be adopted? How many folks are actually like coming from a background where they had enough from the beginning of their fucking life? Fuck the middle. From the beginning of your life, if all you know is poverty, you're going to keep knowing poverty. Even when you get away from your family, you're going to continue to know poverty. So it's one of those things where if you're going through a legacy of poverty and you reach out for fucking help, that help is going to be really nice, but it's not going to change the fact that you are still living in a situation where poverty is real as fuck and it is really coming for that ass. So with all of that fucking said, if folks are able to help me, that's awesome. If folks are able to help any of these folks that I include links to in the description bar below, that is amazing. Please help these folks out because these folks don't have as much visibility as me. If you decide, you know, I'm gonna help them out and not help me out, that's fine. I'm just saying, as long as I'm able to say I need help, I'm going to say I need help if that is in fact the case. And I don't think anybody should be getting shamed for needing help. I don't think anybody should feel badly about having to reach out. And I really don't think it should have to get to a point where you about to get kicked out, you about to be fucking, you've been starving for how many nights, you've been dealing with situations where people were just mistreating you and not making you feel welcome in a space where perhaps you're paying to live, or perhaps you're living there because that's the only option available to you. If you need help, you deserve to be able to say so from fucking Jump Street. You shouldn't have to wait 6 months until you about to fucking die, and then that's when you need to get the help and all that shit so critically and so dire, and you're in such a dire need. I don't think that needs to be the case. But for a lot of people, I know that shame is real. I know internalized shame is real as fuck, and you might be sitting there like, you know what, I do need help, but I don't know what that looks like, how I'm about to get it, how I'm about to be able to maneuver around. Listen, if you have a fundraiser going on, put that shit in the comment bar below. Put it in there. Do what you need to do, because this video ain't just for me. It's for anybody out there that's getting shamed for needing help. It's for anybody out there that's getting told, oh, well, didn't we help you last month? Well, bitch, last month I appreciated it then, and if you could help me this month, I could appreciate it then too. But it's like, I don't know why people are sitting here trying to, you know, point fingers and ask, what? Girl, do you need help? Because you know what, you sound like you might need some help, or maybe you at one point needed some help. And if that's the case again, you deserve to be able to ask. I'm not here to make anybody feel any type of way. I just want you to know that if it is really critical that you get some help, or it's going to be critical, or you can kind of infer that shit is going really left and you're not sure what the fuck is coming next, and you can kind of list off a couple things that need to be straight, ask. What is the harm in asking? And fuck all of y'all out there who try to shame anybody for needing fucking help. Because honestly, this is not the time or the place for you to just come out and try to shame people. If you feeling salty, write a salty ass post for your saltine ass somewhere the fuck else, and don't tag nobody and keep that shit on your blog where nobody even goes. Keep that shit over there. Don't be in people's inbox when they needing help. You gonna shame people for already asking for help when they know, when you know, like I know, it's hard. You can shame yourself in the middle of doing something for yourself. You sitting here writing this post like, all right, I do need this help, here's my link, and you feeling shame just for posting that shit, and then you need somebody coming in your inbox trying to make you feel like you don't deserve to at least get some fucking noodles, at least get, you know, some fucking chicken to cook up. Damn. That's not fucking fair, and that's not fucking cool, and it's not cute at all. And I think if you really ever have been in a situation where somebody could help you and you needed, and all you needed to do was ask, you would do that. You would do that. You would just ask. But we put so many obstacles between people trying to just get some fucking help that people be feeling like, they be thinking themselves out of asking for it. They be like, you know what? Because I see I'm going to ask for help, someone going to snatch me, and then I'm not going, then you start feeling like I'm not even going to get the help I need, and someone just snatched me balls, and now I'm sitting over here broke, feeling ashamed, feeling like, you know, I don't even deserve to eat, I don't even deserve to live. It becomes a pattern where you feel like people can't even break you off a little bit to survive. So fuck thrive, fuck survive. What the fuck is you doing now? It's not cool, it's not cute, and I just want folks to know that, like, that's how the fuck I'm feeling. I'm feeling like if you need some help, let me know. Let me post a link for you. Please look at my description bar below. If you can only donate to one person, close your eye and click on a link and pick that person today. But these are black, queer, and trans folks who do need help, who have done the brave thing and asked for it, and have posted links for their fundraisers because they want visibility, and that's all I can fucking do right now. I wish I could give some money to somebody. There are so many people that I'm sitting here thinking about that I want to help them because I see it for them. I see the dream. But it's one of those things where me seeing it ain't really shit, and if you can help somebody see it and actually achieve it, why not? I just don't see why you wouldn't. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. sorry for all the hand movements. I'm just kind of fired up about this because it just really fucks me up that like people be just needing stuff and just be like, it's a mental block. It's just something that's so human created. It's fucking ugly, and it's something that really bothers me and really hurts my feelings when people try to make me feel like I don't deserve, because I know I deserve. And folks out here asking for help know they deserve too. So it's one of those things where people try to make you not only silence, but they want to make you invisible too. And I think that making it visible that poverty is hurting people, killing people, making it visible that this isn't just somebody from no, it's somebody right over here. It's somebody right next to you. People are starving out here and shit. And I think that just because we live in an imperialist fucking country where we have the access to computers and technology doesn't take away from the fact that I'm still struggling with this fucking laptop. I'm still struggling with this fucking phone. I'm still struggling with this fucking apartment. We struggling still. You can have all these markers or signifiers perhaps of stability, but that doesn't really mean anything. And I think that we need to really start listening to when people say, I need help, instead of saying to them, oh, do you really need help? Or, you know, how can you help yourself? Fuck that bootstrap shit. Let's help some folks. Thank you. So, this video, been meaning to make it, as I always say. But I just wasn't able to just get myself focused enough to sit in front of the camera and actually make this video. But at this point, I'm feeling a little bit stronger, feeling a little bit more confident. So this is something that I've been meaning to say. Thinking of my situations as traumatic, I think it is very important to understand my situation as a traumatic, or rather my existence as traumatic. I think being black, I think being queer, I think being trans, in terms of being a non-binary trans person, just holding those three identities, not to mention being a fat person, being a person of size, meaning to record and meaning to share for sure. One of the most important things I think I've learned from being online and from putting myself out there is that networking is key. I have been able, fortunately, to meet so many people, have so many folks offer me resources and care for me in ways, and also not coming from any kind of wealth, coming from a very poor background. I haven't had a lot of agency in my life, period. There have been so many situations that I just did not have any privilege or any kind of leverage or any kind of anything to get me out of them, and I've kind of just had to live with what has happened to me, and realize that would not have been possible had I not put myself out there, had I not decided in 2007 to start making videos and to start putting myself out there and just, you know, letting myself be free and liberated in the ways that made sense to me or were available to me at the time. Throughout the years, I've gone through some really wild things, and I think instead of